everybody, welcome. We're going to dive into your reading for this week and see what messages your guides want to bring forward. And we're going to start with the Crystal Oracle. I lost my train of thought for a second. I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving and hope you got some rest. I feel a lot of us need deeper levels of rest. And it's hard to do, right? We're pulled in a lot of different directions. And let's see what our opening message is. Okay. So first off, we have the Crystal Angelite. Do you have Angelite in your collection? Spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. And then we also got Apatite, another good crystal. Apatite is about progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. And let me see what they're trying to tell us here with these two angel cards connected. I think that some of you have really felt like you're somewhere where you don't always fit in. And you may have felt more highlighted with this, especially if you spent some time with friends or family, and you might have felt like you were the oddball, or like, or people are like opposed to you. And I hear for some people this could have been like political discussion or dialogue too, where you really felt like, am I on an island here? Am I on my own? And your guides want you to know that you may have just not found your community of people yet. And finding your community of people will really help you, especially for those of you who feel like you're on a journey. Like for those of you who really have felt called to be on a spiritual journey, or you really felt your own spiritual practice that you already had deep in. This is a calling for you to think about other people who you can work and practice with. And that will help you when you're feeling like I'm not included, or I'm feeling like I can't express my full self or my full being. And there are other people out there, but you may need to seek them. So try to find other like-minded people. I know that that's not always easy, by the way, but there are some ways to meet up with folk who are of similar interest to you. And then this other card, though, about that where they suggested the Apatite crystal here, right? I always might be saying these things right, wrong or right, whichever, right? Comparison is really hard because we see a lot of messages online, on media, and things like that, and there's such a natural instinct to want to compare ourselves or where we are with other people. And our guides are reminding us that we just, that'll lead us down a bad path. We are where we are on our journey, and that is completely different and unique, right? We're snowflakes, and it's not the same as where other people are. And sometimes it's really hard. Again, I feel some of you have probably spent some holiday moments with other folks, and people are doing a little bit of, I don't want to say bragging, but a little bit about, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and it's so easy to get caught up in that and feeling like, oh, am I not doing enough in my work or my career? And your guides are reminding you to really just think about yourself and your own journey and try to leave all that other stuff into the background if you can. I don't feel like it serves a purpose for you. That's why. Okay, does that make sense? Now we're going to dive into our Keeper of the Light and see what guide comes out and what kind of expanded message they would like to give us during this time. And see what they want to tell us. And we're getting this person. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this, right? Sanat Kumara. I have not connected with this person before, so we'll look at the expanded message and we'll see what they want to say. And this card is all about light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Absolutely. And if you have felt like someone is trying to diminish your light, This is really the time for you to focus on letting other people see your light and your divinity. And that light, it not only helps you, it helps so many other people. And so their guidance here is to let yourself be known to others, is what I hear. Let yourself be known to others, which, again, let your light shine. I just saw an eagle fly by my window as I was doing this. Soar, let your light shine. And so, and the message here with this one is you are here to light up the world. You may feel that you are being pushed or that there is a lot going on at once. That is because your energy is magnetic to others and they want it in their life. Take the time to listen to your inner voice. Remember the cosmic light of heaven and draw it into you. That is all you need to do to inspire the world. Absolutely. Let yourself shine. Let your kindness out. You don't have to hide. You don't have to keep it tamped down. But other people will benefit from you allowing yourself to fully be yourself and let that out there. And so for those of you listening, you're someone who's here to bring the light. That's why you're here. That's the mission that you are. That's part of that journey. Again, find other folk. Find other people if you can. If you feel like you're surrounded by people who are in darkness and you feel like they're, kind of doing some energy vampirism to you, you may need to find other folks who can help elevate you and who are vibrating at the same energetic level that you are. It will help you. But really, your message from this guide is to let yourself shine loud and clear, right? Let yourself really fully be out there, right? So another good message. Now, the cards are all connected together because the next deck they wanted us to pull from is this one, which is the Work Your Light Oracle Guide. So they're asking us to do work. And of course, they're asking us to do work in service of everybody because we're all connected to one another and we're all in community. Even if we don't feel that way, we are. We're all affect each other and we're all here to be working in community. Let's see what they want to tell us here. And they want us to where are you being called to journey to? That's our message. Where are you being called to journey to? And I think that for some people, you are unsure. I hear that some of you have been listening to see if you hear guidance that is a little bit stronger. So because you feel uncertain and you're not sure and you're trying to work with your guides, you really want to know where it is that you're meant to be, because I hear some of you feel torn between worlds or torn between places, or you feel like you have several options and you could go a couple different ways and you're just not certain. And so I think this is a good time where you can really work with your guides, right? Work with your personal guides and see if you can get some expanded messages that help you know where you're supposed to be moving to for your own growth, right? And you could go more than one way, by the way. I think sometimes we are so set in thinking that, it only can be this particular way, or if I make a misstep, that's it, I'm done for. Or like if you've ever taken a job where you're like, I shouldn't have done that. I'm stuck now. I ruined something. And that's just not so. You can move yourself from where you feel stuck on the journey to someplace else. And sometimes, the journey sometimes is not always about just like accolades or career success. Sometimes it's just about learning a karmic lesson that you were meant to learn, and knowing when it is to move on from that, because that sometimes is part of our struggle too, is that we get stuck and we want to stay there. Like we've grown, we've got the lesson, maybe we've learned from a particular relationship, but we stay season after season when we were always meant to move forward on the journey, right? And so that is part of the guidance that your guides would like to give you also. And if you're not sure how to get started with your guide, there's several books I could recommend to you that help you really, do some deeper meditations, some rituals and things like that to help you stop and connect. You have to stop though. Feel like some of you are just on the go all the time, and that will really not lead you to having clear guidance from your guides. It's really hard if you're distracted all the time to hear clearly the voice of your guides. Again, I know that's easier said than done. It's hard when we have so many things going on to really just stay and to meditate and to feel grounded and to listen for the messages. But that's the best thing that you can do. Again, do consider what's distracting you and why. Is someone trying to intentionally distract you? Or are there people who you feel are judging you, right? And who don't want your light to shine, right? So you may need to move past that somehow. Like, especially if you're in like a toxic work environment, or you feel like you have a toxic group of community around you or something. You have to think about how you can move forward, right? And that could be difficult. Now, this particular card, I want to read you this expanded message. Imrama, again, I always pick the cards on camera that never I can pronounce. So apparently this is I'm sure I'm saying this wrong. The Celtic word meaning journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pull this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be a physical or metaphoric one. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is the journey to the world's sacred sites. Have you felt that? Have you ever felt the calling, like if you've ever done like a past life regression or something like that, or you've had like deep meditative dreams, or you felt like I was connected to this other place in time, and see why that's coming up for you. What is it meant to teach you or to show you? I know that I felt that way. I went to Egypt years ago with my mom on holiday, and I remember vividly feeling like I was connected there, and I had never been there before. When we were visiting some of the temples, particularly Hatshepsut's temple, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's like I'd been here before. It was really like it felt golden, like gold rays of light were hitting this thing, and I felt like I had been there before and stuff. So think about that. Or you might get a glimpse of something, right? And again, what is that past journey trying to tell you about the one that you're on now? Because there's probably a connection somewhere. So, and further, they're telling you, you may be called to study about your lineage, right? And your journey. So you may have more work to do in regards to connecting the dots together. And again, all this is connected to shining your light and your soul mission, right? It's all connected together. So for this week, think about doing some deep reflection on what those connections are. And they may not be visible at first. Sometimes if you jot things down, the puzzle pieces will fall together later. And then you'll have a really good perspective on, what it is, where am I meant to go? Why? What's the purpose, right? Deep thought, deep questions. Now we're going to end off the weekly reading with an angel number, and see what your angel number is for the week and what the overall message is for this. And okay. And we got 2020 bonds, 2020. And let's see what our message is on this 2020 and see what they want to tell us about this. Okay, good. So good news with this angel number, things are looking up. You've been focused on building a strong foundation, and it shows. You will be reaping all the wonderful rewards you absolutely deserve. That's awesome. I love to hear that for everyone. Your connections and partnerships are leveling up, resulting in better productivity and deeper connections. These bonds may also be felt on a spiritual level. Celebrate your achievements. And again, they're really sending you a strong message to focus on how far you've come, not what you've left behind, right? So much connected to this other card where we have this blue apatite crystal card. Think about how far you have come from where you started, not, where you need to keep going. That's not what the journey is about. The journey that they're calling you toward is this is a healing journey. This is a soul journey. This is for you. This is not for other people or to show other people something. It's not for any of that. It's all completely for you. So that is your reading for the week. And again, your angel number 2020, if you see it, then you'll know that you're connected to something. And if you're new here, do consider liking and subscribing and sharing. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.